We're going to be talking today about what exactly is a money healing. Like, what is it? I always talk about it now. I'm like, oh, you need money healing. And I feel like people don't know what that is. People barely know what a money coach is, let alone what exactly money healing is. I know it's like a weird phrase. I was never on board for the word healing before. Anytime I'd see things about healers or like healing, I would steer away. I wasn't into that for a long time. And then this year, as I've been getting on my own spiritual journey and tapping into my intuition, tapping into my emotional connection, it is not my way that I've operated in the past, even though it's like my natural way. It's not how I've operated in the past because I've taught, like many of us in this world, that the masculine way is the way. You have to, be direct, be logical, think your way through things. Emotions are bad. Emotions are vilified. We need to climb the corporate ladder and do all these things. And I was taught that. And I was taught emotions are bad and I should reject them. But that's not the way that I operate. I don't operate from rationalizing the best. I operate from emotions. So anyways, as I've been tapping into emotions and more of that into my intuition, I've really gotten on this idea of healing. And once you've done it, once you've had healings, you can't not have them anymore. It's very addicting because it really heals you. You can get healed through energy work. So what is money healing? So I am now stepping into the world of money healing. I've always been interested in attracting money. Funny enough, one of the things that got me on the board of money healing is actually investing, which is, a very boring corporate white male, type thing that the world thinks about investing that way. But investing actually helped me on my money healing journey, even though I didn't realize it. And it's because investing broke a lot of barriers for me. Investing for me broke a lot of barriers by showing me that, you don't have to work hard for money. Money isn't attached to work. I can work all day and not have money. I can never work and have money. I can work all day and have a lot of money, and I can never work and not have money. Like those are the typical combos, but money and work are not one and the same. Investing showed me that my money can grow into millions by just putting it in a different account. And investing, I know for a lot of people, is really confusing when you first learn about it. But after you learn how to invest, what do you do every month? You just put I automatically put money into my 401k, which automatically went into certain investments. I didn't even think about it. So investing sounds so hard when you're first getting into it, but once you're doing it, your money just automatically goes into an account and you literally don't touch it for 40 years. There's nothing you have to do anymore. It's on autopilot and it just grows into millions like magic. And that was actually my first window into, maybe all of my assumptions about money are wrong. I thought money came from getting a safe corporate job, but truly, I can never earn as much in my safe corporate job as I can through my money just being in this investment account. That broke a lot of these barriers for me, and that got me into thinking, what is my money story? What do I believe to be true about money, and what is inherently true about money? Are my beliefs what is actually inherently true? And oftentimes, it wasn't. I told myself, my first salary was $65,000, and that's a lot, right, for someone right out of college. And I thought, okay, yeah, that's good. That's a lot of money. Yay. But is it a lot of money? I just decided it was. But if you're like Kylie Jenner, that's poverty. And if you're growing up in actual poverty, $65,000 is the golden standard that anyone could reach in a lifetime. But in reality, it's just a number. There's nothing about this number that's good or bad or rich or poor. It's just your perception of this number. And it made me realize that there's so much in my money story and everyone's money story and our beliefs about money and our subconscious that, money isn't real. It's not real. It's not a real thing. Money is fake. It's just an emotion. It's just an exchange, as I talked about in my Quantum Wealth Masterclass yesterday. All money is trust. Money is just a way to trust strangers. If a stranger said, oh, like, I'll trade you those apples you have and I can babysit your kids, you're like, no. But if, you focus on the exchange and a stranger says, I'll take those apples for $10, you trust in that $10. You trust in the exchange that stranger's giving you. You don't need to know him. You don't need to know anything about that stranger. We can work on this globalized economy because in the dollar we trust, right? We have trust in that exchange because that person gave us $1. So attracting money is all about focusing on the energy of the exchange. And so what is money healing? Money healing is healing all of these beliefs we have about money, but the fears we have around money. And it's healing how we value our end of the exchange. So money healing, what I work with my clients is it's very different for every client. Every client needs different areas of healing. Some people it's with earning money. Some people have blocks and fears around sales, and they're really excellent at providing quality content and showing up consistently and having an audience and being a powerful force in their business, but they have discomfort asking for the sale. So a lot of these people need money healing in asking for the sale. And if you have trouble asking for the sale, you need money healing in the earning money, and you need healing in your value of the exchange that you have with that other person. You need to find value in yourself and show, I'm at the level of these clients. I'm above the level of these clients. I have value to provide people. So money healing is often about uncovering your inherent worth. You are worthy, and it's about building up this belief. You are worthy. Other clients have trouble holding on to money. I have clients and friends who are six-figure earners and beyond six-figure earners, and they can attract money very easily, and they're very good at earning, and they're confident in their salary, and they're confident in multiple streams of income, but they cannot hold on to the money. They will always be accruing more debt. All of a sudden, their car will break down, whatever. Something will happen in their life when they can't hold on to the money. Or they'll see the money and immediately reject it. They see money in their account and think, oh, what do I do with this now? Yay, I can buy stuff. Which is okay if that's the story you want to have, but what about that feeling of holding on to abundance and not having money just be transient in your life, but having money be safe and supportive, and knowing it's always there for you and you never have to do anything for it. You don't have to sell more. You don't have to earn more. You have the money there. And a lot of my clients need help with staying in the vibe of not bringing in money, but keeping it from leaking out, and staying in the vibe of being in that overflow. A lot of money healing, when you first learn about personal finance, okay, so I'm not a fan of Dave Ramsey, but he says money is 20% knowledge and 80% behavior. And the 80-20 rule is very true. It's 20% knowledge, and then 80%, I would go beyond behavior and say behavior because of your mindset and your energetic beliefs and your what you believe to be true. Yeah, it's 20% knowledge. Yes, if you can have all the vibes in the world. You can be great at attracting money, holding on to money, but if you literally don't put your dollars into an investment account and into a right investment account, you're going to lose money. That's that. You have to have knowledge. You have to do the technical stuff. You can pray for money all day, but if you don't have a business where, money can flow through, or it doesn't have to be a business, but if you're never looking for a job or a business or multiple streams of income or gaining patents or whatever, if you're never doing things to get the money, sure, maybe some money will poof up sometimes for you, but that's not sustainable. We have to do the action, and we have to know what actions to do. So there is strategy involved. It's just that the strategy is what people think they need, especially beginners. Beginners always think, oh, I need a better budget. Oh, I need a better spreadsheet. Oh, I need a better business strategy. Oh, I need hashtags, whatever. Beginners always think this is it, but it's not. The real truth is the energy and the beliefs behind it. I have a lot of clients yesterday in the Money Coach School. So I have a Money Coach School where I help new business owners start their business. And we talked about motivation. And what I noticed is that a lot of new business owners, not these women, they're amazing, but I've seen a lot of new business owners, it's not that their strategy or their content or their sales are bad. They're not doing anything wrong. But if they have a launch that flops for whatever reason, maybe they have a launch that didn't flop, but they just feel like it did. Maybe it's because, whatever they put on it, they're new and they just started one day ago. And then they just immediately try to sell stuff, and they're, I don't know, whatever reason, if a beginner person has a flopped sales strategy, they often give up right after. And that is why people fail. They give up. They don't stay in their motivation. They don't believe in the work that they're doing. They don't feel that energetic drive. They aren't connecting to the clients they're helping and feeling that energetic vibe of money coming in. And because they missed the mark the first time, then they just let their energy drain all the hell out. And because they missed the mark in the way they wanted to the first time, they just go, okay, I give up, and then they don't feel like doing it anymore. And that's why business owners fail. Not because the first strategy didn't work, but because they gave up. When Thomas Edison was making the light bulb, he failed 10,000 times of making this light bulb. And it's a light bulb. I'm sure everyone in his life was like, you're crazy. You can't just take some metal and make light and electricity work whenever you want it to. We use fire oil lanterns, whatever they did. And Thomas Edison said no. And he sat there and built his light bulb 10,000 times. And when it finally worked, they went back and they were like, wait, that was Thomas Edison, right? That's why I'm blanking. Yeah, it definitely was. Okay. Anyways, his famous quote was, oh, I just knew 10,000 ways that didn't work. He fully believed in the concept that he was capable of making a light bulb. He believed that unwaveringly, even when the results in his face were that the light bulb did not work. And he believed it would work, and so it did. He kept going with it. He stayed consistent. He did the things. He went into his lab and played with his filaments. But the truth of the matter is the light bulb got made because Thomas Edison believed it was possible. He held on to that energetic belief. So with money, he believed he was worthy. And so with money, it's often the same. Money doesn't work because people give up. People always think, it's what they have to do, but it's not. You have to do the things, but your belief is the thing that's going to bring the money in. And that's how you heal. And some people it's earning, some people it's holding on, but I help my clients heal that way by holding on to by staying on their beliefs that they are worthy. They are worthy of massive wealth. Once we have manifested large amounts of money, now what? How to handle money after it comes in. Yeah, so it totally depends on your goals, right? So what do you want to do with that money? Why did you even want money in the first place? Was it to make an impact on clients? If you have the large amounts of money and your goal of that money was so that you can help more people, now maybe you can extend your reach to people who couldn't afford you in the first place. Maybe you can make more free content because you don't need the money anymore, so you don't need to spend all your time attracting clients. If your goal of having a large amount of money was so you can invest it, so your money can make more money for you without you working on anything at all, then that's what you do with your money. You can take your whole money, put it in a nest egg in the stock market. If you invest in low-cost S&P index funds, they grow on average 10% per year. So if you invested $100,000 in the stock market and just have it sit there, invest in the market, it'll on average produce $10,000 more per year with you doing nothing. So if that's your goal for attracting and manifesting a ton of money in your life, put it there and have it grow more, and then you don't have to work anymore. If your goal is to, help out your community in some other way, maybe you can use the money to give to people who need it, or start an organization, or do something like that. Does that make sense, Sierra, or did I totally miss the mark on your question? How to handle the money after it comes in. Yeah, it depends completely on your goals, for sure. But yeah, a lot of people do have trouble once the money comes in, like vibing with the money and staying in that. And I think some practical tips for holding on to money besides, yay, good, I'm glad that answered your question, awesome. Practical tips for holding on to money are, one, what I just said, put it in an investment portfolio so it can continue generating more money without you really having to do anything. Also, hide the money. like even if you're not investing it and you're just saving it, I think having multiple accounts helps people because you can hold on to the belief, but everyone has an energetic maximum and you're going to hit that one day. And if you're always staring at your account and your idea of a lot is like 200,000, once you hit 200,000, yes, that's a lot of money, but you're going to be looking at that like, okay, what do I do with it now? And so sometimes if you can separate your money out, so you have you think you only have 200,000 when you look at your checking account, but in all your other accounts you have 500,000, then you're kind of tricking your mind to work within your range, if that makes sense, but that might have been confusing. Investing is what I need help with. Yes, investing is really important. It's a concept that I think is really hard for a lot of people because it's confusing. I went to the bookstore the other day to get a book for my mom for her birthday. Well, this was last month, not the other day. But I went into the business section and saw all the investing books, and I literally took a picture because I was horrified. I help people invest. I know how to invest, and all the books look so boring. You know the books that are blah blah for dummies? There were those kinds of books. Every book literally looked like it was written, or in Schitt's Creek when the dad gives out his book to everyone, that's what all those books look like. And I'm like, oh my god, these are so boring. Who would ever read these unless you're literally an old businessman? The investing books are not, and the material inside them is kind of written in a boring way too. It's almost like they don't want us to know how to invest, right? Also coming out with a new mastermind, the Money Healing Mastermind, and it is going to be all about money healing. It's going to be both sides of the coin. Well, both sides of both coins. We are going to learn the strategies, the 20% of literally what do I do. So investing is going to be in my Money Healing Mastermind for sure. How do I invest? How do I make this money grow without me having to do anything? What do I do once I have all this money? What the heck? Business owners, business coaches focus so much on the earning aspect, and they often neglect okay, but what do I do with this money? How do I do taxes the right way? How do I optimize my taxes, and how do I save money on taxes? How do I invest and grow my money? So holding on to that money strategically is going to be part of the mastermind, as well as holding on to that money energetically. Inside the Money Healing Mastermind is going to be okay, how do I get in the vibes of staying with this money? How can I continue to increase my range to have overflow and keep having more in my savings, more in my investment accounts? My money grows without me. I'm putting it in the right places, and it's always keeping me safe and supported. We're also going to focus on bringing money in, bringing more money in. So we'll talk about bringing it in passively, and literally how do you structure your business for scaling so more money can come in without you working, and as well as investing, as well as different types of investments. And then energetically, how do I vibe with the sales? How do I get over my fear of asking for the sale? How do I sit in the vibe of attracting more money? How do I become a super attractor? How do I get rid of my blocks so I can become a giant white light for attracting money? It's going to be for high vibe, ready to rock and roll, abundant women. It's for high level women who are just ready to be at level 100. You're just ready to, quantum leap into the next version of yourself.